Hello and welcome. My name's Hemingway Jones and it's a lovely Sunday morning as I film this. I just wanted to have a conversation about one of my favorite pen brands and sort of my evolution with the modern version. And what we're speaking about today is Sheaffer and its new legacy fountain pens. So it's no secret on this channel that I am absolutely passionate about Sheaffer, even though I only have a couple of their pens. But it doesn't take too many pens to get a sense of how brilliant their vintage line was, their traditional line. This is a Sheaffer Legacy from around 2005 or so. I should really go back into my journals and pinpoint the date when I bought this. But I got this at a Levenger store in the Prudential Center here in Boston when they were discounting all their fountain pens radically. So it was the deal of the century. Regardless, it's a Sheaffer Legacy from the year 2000 with a gold nib that is absolutely incredibly smooth and such a joy to write with. And it's been with me all these years, has traveled with me, has that incredible energy, that really kind of fierce look about it with the inlaid nib, but writes just like an absolute dream. Over time, the snap cap is a little less secure. It's very scratched and all that, but that's okay. I feel like fountain pens are meant to be used and enjoyed, and in some cases mildly abused. And if they can hold up over all these years, then all the better. So recently I did a video where I compared this vintage Sheaffer to the modern Sheaffer Legacy, and I'll try to inlate it in this video, but I don't know how to do that, so I'll put a link in the description so you can find it. It's a really fun video. It has the whole history of Sheaffer and the legacy and everything else. So very comprehensive. And my basic summary is that this is a very good pen, but didn't quite match the magic of the original legacy from the year 2005 or so and even before. But still, a very competent pen, although I couldn't get it to post, and I know it's supposed to post, but it doesn't post. It just doesn't post for me. Trust me, it doesn't post, okay? See what I mean? It doesn't post. But brilliant pen, writes very well. This particular one is a medium. So, Nikhil Ranjan is the CEO of Sheaffer, part of William Penn, and he reached out and said, I loved your review. I loved how measured and fair it was. I loved that you went into the history of the entire company and drew the thread from the beginning of Sheaffer all the way through to William Penn and what they're doing now. And he asked whether or not he could send me their latest iteration. So evidently there are two modern Sheaffer Legacies. I'm not sure if this is version 1 or 2, but regardless, there is now version 3, and he was kind enough to send it. This is the Sheaffer Legacy 3rd version. This particular one is a Chevron with a PVD coating, a black, stealthy, still gorgeous inlaid nib. And why am I jumping on here to have this conversation with you? Well, because this fountain pen changes everything. It changes my whole thoughts on the modern legacy, and I think it's worthy for us to discuss it, for me to break it down with you, why I feel this way. Also, I will like to say that Nikhil was kind enough to send me a little vial of coffee scented ink. And weirdly, I had never really used coffee scented ink before except for Diamine Sargasso C. And I'm not sure whether or not that's meant to smell like the sea or if it's an accident. I really don't know. But beside that ink, I've never had a scented ink before. So the coffee is kind of fun. I even went out and bought my own jar of it so that I could continue to use it, because now I am identifying that with this pen, and I'll get into that later. But let me just briefly say, it's interesting to add a smell, a scent to your writing. It sort of fires up a different part of your brain for creativity. So we'll talk more about that later. So why does this change everything? Well, a few reasons. For one thing, the chevron pattern changes your interaction with this pen. It makes it much more tactile. It gives it this incredible texture that makes it easy to hold on to, that just makes it feel more interesting, more exciting, more intriguing when you write with it. And that means a lot to me, and especially for a Sheaffer Legacy, because a Legacy should be a higher end pen. It just should be. That's the idea of Legacy. It's to show off everything they've learned about pen making in one brilliant design. Now here you do get something that feels very luxurious with the textured feel. Now, the thing I really love about these, and I can't say with certainty, because as I film this, I haven't seen the official price yet, but I believe these go for around $260, maybe no more than $300. I love that price segment. That's kind of where I am living now, because I just feel like pens are getting kind of ridiculous. When the Grail pens are up over 1,000 and you can still get an absolutely brilliant writing experience for 300 and under. So this is in that segment, and there's more that I'm going to speak about where it truly is equivalent to some much more expensive fountain pens at crazy price points. So why? Okay. Ooh, very satisfying click cap, by the way. Better than my vintage one. My vintage one is just worn out. And I believe it's this rubber gasket here that's on the section that grabs that cap. And I think my vintage one is just being worn down after 20 years of me using it continually. But what's brilliant about this? It's the nib, guys. This is a fine. It's a stainless steel, PVD coated, stealthy black nib with that aggressive stance. And if you compare it with the vintage one, it's a bit narrower, it's more drawn out, but it's a Legacy through and through in its design. It's unmistakable, it's very sleek. But the important part, the most important part, the part that we often forget in the stories and the aesthetics and the history and everything else is, how does it write? And that's what's so brilliant about this one. It's stainless steel, but it's polished to perfection. This writes absolutely amazingly. So smooth, so flawlessly smooth, so beguilingly smooth, so seductively smooth that if I were to put a blindfold on you and have you write with it and ask you whether or not you thought it was a gold nib or not, or if I just told you it was and, you know, you tried it, it would feel just like a gold nib, but it's not. It's stainless steel. We all know that that line is very blurry, very porous between gold nibs and stainless steel nibs, and I get it. Sometimes you just want a gold nib, and hey, a gold nib Sheaffer Legacy would be absolutely brilliant, and I hear one is coming, and when it comes, I will be one of the first ones in line for it. However, this sort of makes it less of a priority. This pen writes so smooth, so seductively. Okay. Why am I relating this to you? Because I've had this now for, I don't know, a few weeks, and I can't put it down. That's one of my determinations of how much I like a pen. When it's sort of stuck to my hand, when I find myself reaching for it, looking for it all the time, because in my life, there's a constant rotation of pens. Pens are sent to me, or I'm trying them, or I'm thinking about something for a new video and I break out a pen I've had and I start using it. But when I know I am absolutely betrothed to a fountain pen, where it's married to my hand, where I just want to write with it, I want that experience, then I know it's something very, very special. There have been many pens over the years, and if I start thinking about them, I'll go reaching for them, like the Bohème from Montblanc, my vintage ones. I absolutely adore my 147 Traveler from Montblanc, equally adore. Or my ST Dupont Defy. I love that pen. You know I do. Even a TWSBI stub nib that I have that writes so smoothly, and I loaded it up with Tesla coil sheening ink. I just used that the other day and it's back in my rotation. So that's how I am, okay? So this particular fountain pen is just married to my hand. I just love the feel of it. I just feel it's so expressive, so precise, and so much fun to write with. I can't really say anything bad about this pen. It even posts. I don't post it, but it does post easily. I guess I just posted it, but I generally don't. I just don't want to put any scratches on the barrel. But boy, this texture and the look of this, the sort of aggressiveness, the stealth, the shiny clip is interesting. Still has the white dot, the big band of shiny metal around the cap at the edge. It just really breaks up the pen, makes it look really interesting. It has that shiny, inky, obsidian look to it. Absolutely brilliant. And of course, I get the smell of coffee here. I do love that. I love the black. I love coffee. I love writing in this. It's actually a really nice brown too. So it's my first introduction to Sheaffer inks as well. So absolutely interesting, beautiful pen that ties in with the Sheaffer legacy. And I just wanted to come on and tell you how much I am enjoying writing with it. And it's a rare thing for me when I cannot put a pen down, literally. And this is one of those occasions. So what do you think of the modern Sheaffer legacy fountain pens? Is it a fountain pen that you like, that you would like to add to your collection? Are you holding out for the gold nib? Let me know in the comments. That's where the conversation continues. And if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and share it with someone who you think might also enjoy it. I would sincerely appreciate it. And if you want to support the channel even more, we have membership as well. We have a pen pal group for Illuminati and Cognoscenti, and all members are producers of the channel, so they get their names at the end credits. So love your support there as well. I make new videos all the time, and I have a live show as well, so I can promise you we will see each other again very, very soon, further up the road. So take care, and thanks for watching.